look at me, you assume I am easily definable. You put me in a box, you want me to be your designable, but there's luminescence to me.
Hello everyone, it's Alexis. I'm going to be doing a slightly different video today than what I've usually done. Sorry, my makeup's a bit messy. I've just been out and it's been raining and stuff. I went out to the shops. And I got the idea for this video from a YouTuber called Smokey Glow, who I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's really good. She does a lot of like makeup commentary videos. Oh god, look at my eyebrow, it's rubbed off a bit. I really should have sorted out my makeup before doing this video. Anyway, basically I'm going to be ranking all my makeup palettes, all my eyeshadow palettes, going into sort of like categories of brand and deciding the top one, and then in the end I'm going to be picking a winner. But I'm going to do this in two parts because I've got so many Makeup Revolution palettes, like XX Revolution, I Heart Revolution, Revolution Pro, Makeup Obsession, and just ordinary Makeup Revolution. And so I'm going to have to do a separate video for those palettes, and that video will be out on Wednesday or possibly Thursday, depending on how I'm feeling and what I've got on. So today it's going to be anything but Makeup Revolution, and on Wednesday it's going to be all my Makeup Revolution palettes, and then in the end I will pick a winner for technically my favourite eyeshadow palette. So let's get on with it. First category I'm doing is actually, since I've only got two palettes, I've only got one palette of each brand here. This is Kiko Milano / MAC. Right here I have the MAC Classic Cutie palette. As you can see, it's a lot of kind of pink lilac-y shades. They're very nice. I have a feeling that big one could be a highlighter. I've been using it as a highlighter, but yeah. And then this one is from a brand, I don't know if it's that well known, but there's a store for it in Brighton. It's called Kiko Milano, and if I remember correctly, it's an Italian company. And this is the Smart eyeshadow palette in Blue Symphony, and it's got these very nice kind of blue colours, bluish colour, sparkly bluish colour, slightly bluish matte black and a silvery colour, and then it's got this shimmery white colour and this pink, which is a blush, but obviously I can use it as an eyeshadow. And so these are the two palettes here, MAC / Kiko Milano, and I'm probably, since I really like blue colours, I really like doing my smoky pastel look, which is blue, pink and purple, and since this has more kind of like variety to it, obviously, like I can mix colours, I am probably going to, put the Kiko Milano one first and then the MAC Classic Cutie. So that's the top one for this category. Next brand we have here is OPV Beauty. It's a really nice brand I'd seen sort of floating around. Sorry, I just moved that. Take my menu out of the way. It's a black-owned brand. It's really good. I do recommend it. And here I have the Spotlight palette, which has quite a few of the perfect shades for the looks I like to do. It's got a matte black, some blues, greens, pinks, purple there, peach colours. It's really nice. And then I've got the OPV Beauty Tropical Dreams palette, which again has a lot of nice blues and greens. I am definitely going to put the Spotlight palette as number one because I used to just see this palette a lot online being advertised, and I just always really wanted this one. It looks really nice. And I then got the Tropical Dreams one just because that was nice too, but this is kind of the original one I wanted, so this one wins. Okay, the next brand is Ciate London, and honestly I was really disappointed by the eyeshadow formula of these palettes. I really like the lipsticks from the Glitter Storm lipsticks from Ciate London. I have Cosmic, Electra and Apollo. They're really nice, but I was really disappointed. Here I've got the Jessica Rabbit palette. The colours are really nice. It's got these purples, these golds and stuff, but I just found the colours really difficult to blend. Had quite sort of superficial pigment, and the names are kind of cool. We've got Love Letter, although I'm not really sure how a lot of them really fit to Jessica Rabbit. Like, we've got I'm Not Bad and Drawn That Way, which I get. This one is called, trying to see it better. It's so difficult to see. Carrot Cake, kind of get that, because like carrots, rabbits. This one is called Toon Kisses, because like toons, I get that. And this one is called, God, it's so difficult to see in this light, Honey Bunny. Kind of, well, Jessica Rabbit's not really a bunny. And Patty Cake, yeah, I get that, because it's like, there's that bit where they're playing Patty Cake. Love Letter, I've only seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit when I was younger, so I don't remember how Love Letter fits into it, or Sunset Boulevard. I really don't get that. And I really wish they'd said Roger Darling rather than Oh Roger, because I'm sorry, but with Oh Roger, you just get me imagining them doing it, which I really don't want to imagine that. And so, yeah, that was quite a disappointing one. It still looks quite nice, though. And then we have the Glitter Storm palette, which has actual glitter floating around in it. It's got like that thing where it's got like some kind of gel and glitter. The packaging all looks really nice. I actually got this second hand when it had been discontinued, and these colours are not usually the colours I go for. I don't usually go for such neutral colours, but they're very nice, and they're more pigmented than the Jessica Rabbit palette, and kind of easier to blend than the Jessica Rabbit palette, so I would definitely put the Glitter Storm first and Jessica Rabbit second. So yeah, the Glitter Storm palette. So here I'm doing a rather sort of like cult favourite, critically acclaimed, sorry I can't speak, in the beauty community palettes. This is Colourpop. Here I have got Blue Moon. I've only got the little ones, not any of the big ones. I've got Blue Moon, I've got Lilac You A Lot, Inner Trance, and the Frozen 2 Elsa palette. Now, Blue Moon, sorry, it's just more difficult because I'm having to hold my phone, having to open it with one hand. This is lovely. I love this one. Colourpop has a really nice formula of eyeshadow, and since I like working with blues, this is a nice palette to work with. It's got, yes, the slightly purpley ones and mostly blues, sort of dark blue, light blue, shimmers, mattes, very nice, but I kind of prefer like working with like blues and having purple and pink and green as well, and possibly like darker colours, matte black or something. But that's very nice though. And similarly, the kind of lilac version, the kind of like purple version of this, I've got Lilac You A Lot. It's got some slightly pinky ones, but it's mostly sort of like purple, and a slightly mauve one here. Again, it's got different textures, matte, shimmer, etc. Some slightly glittery ones, again absolutely lovely. And then this is one that I knew I had to, so much more difficult opening it with only one hand. There we go. I knew I had to get this one as soon as I saw it. This is the Inner Trance palette, and it's got pinks, purples and blues, and I absolutely love this one. It's got glitters, mattes, shimmers. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got whites too, which I love. The only sort of like nitpick I'd say is I wish it had a few darker colours. It's just got like pastels. But a recent thing I've started doing is using mascara or eyeliner to sort of like make a sort of like darkening effect in the outer V and smoke it out and stuff like that, and that's really good, so I don't really need a matte, so when I don't have a black in my palette, so it's not that much of a gripe. And then finally, this is the first Colourpop palette I ever got, was the Elsa palette. Again, it's got colours I quite like. It's got the it's got a blue, purple, some sort of wine colours, peach, shimmery whites, and yeah, and it's got glitter, shimmer and matte. And this, like I said, this is the first one I got, and it's the Frozen 2 one. And I was expecting all the Colourpop palettes to open like this, and to have the magnetic thing, but these ones are clip openings, so I was surprised. But yeah, I'm going to ranking. I'm probably going to have Inner Trance as the winner here, because that's kind of the whole package. Then I'm going to have Blue Moon, because I especially like doing sort of like, if I was just going to have one of them, I'd like sort of like blue palettes with slightly purple, then Lilac You a Lot, and then the Frozen Elsa palette, so that's Colourpop. Milani, I don't know if they're technically a drugstore brand, but they are advertised in a drugstore. They do really good lipsticks, but these eyeshadow palettes are okay. This is the Gilded Violet or Violet palette, and it's got colours I like. It's got a little highlighter, a little blush, or I don't know if that's a slightly darker highlighter, but I use it as a blush. And it's got some very nice pinks, purples, some slightly lilacs, and a very pretty little white, slightly peachy, and a glittery blue and a darker blue. That's very nice. And then I've got the Gilded Noir palette. This one has a lot of glitters in it, which are very nice, but when I tried this one as well as this one, the Rouge palette, I sort of found like the kind of colours, the way they blend, they were quite sort of muddy and like mixed together a bit too much, and got a bit too kind of like muddled up, and I didn't get that with the Violet palette. It just seemed to be the Noir and the Rouge, so yeah, slightly disappointed with the formula, so I'm going to have the Gilded Violet as the winner, and then I'm going to have the Gilded Noir and the Gilded Rouge. There we go, that's Milani. Okay, this is Huda Beauty. I have got these Little Obsessions palettes. I've got the Sapphire Obsessions. This one has a little magnet opening, and it's got these very nice colours. I didn't really see how this yellow was really necessary. I feel like it could have just been like a white or a black or something. I don't really know why the yellow is there since it's sapphire. And I've got this Amethyst palette. Again, it's very nice. I'd like a few more kind of like purpley purple rather than pinky purples though. And just like with and I've got the pastel one, the Pastel Obsessions, and just like with the Colourpop, the openings are different. Like, we've got the Mint Obsessions here. It's very nice, sort of like pale green colours. I really like the marbles and how it's slightly creamy. It's a slightly different formula to the just Gemstone Obsessions, and we've got the Gilded, sorry, I'm getting the Milani and the Huda Beauty mixed up. We've got the very nice Lilac Obsessions, again a nice marbly one, and it's got a nice sort of creamy one, got some peach colours, they're very nice, and the Rose, opening the wrong way, got the Rose Obsessions, so much. Again, don't really know what the yellow is, but got some pink colours. And then, finally, I have got my gorgeous Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I love this one so much. It is gorgeous, but I wasn't opening it the wrong way. It is just a little difficult to open. There we go. There it is. I love the packaging for it. I love the pastel, sort of slightly iridescent, galaxy-like packaging. It's got this lovely pale turquoise, these blues, peach, this gorgeous pink colour, lovely shimmers, glitters, mattes, absolutely gorgeous, and a nice dark brown. And I've just noticed that that colour is called Hot Mess. That is a great name, and I love it. I would have to say my number one is my Mercury Retrograde palette, and then my number two would have to be the Sapphire Gemstones Obsession. Number three would be the Mint Obsession. Number four, the Lilac Obsession. Number five, the Amethyst. And number six, the Rose. Okay, so the Mercury Retrograde wins. Another well-known brand, Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's noteworthy that I no longer buy from Anastasia Beverly Hills because of how I heard they treat their black employees. That woman gave her side of the story and like how Norvina and everyone treated her, but I had those palettes from before that happened. Here I have got the Carly Bible palette. I'll just open it. It's got a brush in there and it has got some really nice shades. These lovely Jade and OA are these kind of bluey, purpley, sparkly, shimmery shades. Mandala, I know, very nice shades. And then I've got the Riviera, oh, crying out loud, having to open it with one hand. The Riviera palette, again, that's got some very nice blues. Oh my god, I love that. Mediterranean, that is a beautiful colour. And then I have the Norvina palette. One kind of gripe with it is it's got this felt-like covering, which just gives me sensory hell when I touch it. I hate touching really kind of like fur stuff, especially if I accidentally scratch it. It's got 2 purples, a few pinks, but not really any blue, and kind of not enough purple for my liking, but it's very nice. And then, ugh, I hate touching that one. I have the Jackie Aina palette. That's very nice. It's beautiful purples and that lovely shimmery glittery white. That's called Trust Issues. Love the name. And Big Wig, that matte purple. Another great name. So I'm going to have to say, I can't decide. I prefer the packaging for the Carly Bible, but I really like that blue Mediterranean. I'm probably going to have the Carly Bible as number 1, Riviera as number 2, Jackie Aina as number 3, and number 4, the horribly feeling Norvina palette. And there we go, that's Anastasia Beverly Hills. So the next brand is Smashbox. Here I've got this palette, which I've featured before on this channel in my latest haul. This is the, I never remember what this one is called. It is the Star Power palette, Cosmic Celebration. It's the only big palette I've got from Smashbox, and it's got colours I quite like. I always seem to go for space themed palettes. It just seems to be a trend with me. And then the others I've got are these little cover shot palettes. I've got this one. This is the Prism cover shot palette. Very kind of like pretty delicate colours with a matte black. This one is the Ultraviolet one. That's very nice. It's got all the colours I like except for maybe a matte black. And then this one is the Nova one. Again, lots of ones I like. This one is the Minimalist one, which I just got in a set. I don't really usually go for these neutral colours. And then this one is the Denim one, which actually arrived from ASOS broken. That was annoying. Obviously it's not their fault, it probably got like that in the post, but it's still annoying. Now I'm definitely going to have my big one as my big Cosmic Celebration palette as the first one. The next one will be the Ultraviolet one, then the Nova one, then the Prism one, then the Denim one, and then the Minimalist one. There we go, that's Smashbox. Right, so here I have my NYX palettes. I'm not so into palettes that have plastic or glass on top. I like them to have a mirror, and none of these palettes have mirrors. I sort of prefer the lipsticks. They're another brand where I find they do better lipsticks than eyeshadow palettes. Well, let's get on with it though. This is the Mystic Petals palette in Dark Mystic. It's kind of got the colours I like, but kind of sort of darker. And then this is the Mystic Petals palette in Midnight Orchid. That's got more of the pinks, the purples. And then this is the I Love You So Mocky palette in Electric Pastels. This shimmery blue keeps coming out. It's really annoying, but it's very kind of like beautiful, soft, shimmery formula. It's an all shimmers. I'd like it if there was some mattes maybe, but still a nice palette to work with. And then this is the Midnight Chaos palette. This one's got the colours I like in it, except a pink, but it's still very nice, and it's still not got a matte black or anything. And then this is the, this one is the Love Lust Disco Miss Robot palette. It's all kind of like greyish, smoky, black, white, grey colours, and it's like, remember when Jeffree Star came out with his cremated palette? And like, I heard people making jokes that it was the end of his career because he was making a cremated palette. I feel like this is kind of like a sort of like better, cheaper alternative to it. So this is NYX. I'm probably going to have Midnight Chaos as number 1, and then the second will be this Mystic Petals one, then this Mystic Petals one, then I Love You So Mocky, and then the Love Lust Disco one. So it's the Midnight Chaos one wins. So, my more bougie, part of my more bougie collection, this is my Pat McGrath palettes. Right here I have got 2 Mothership palettes. I've only got 2 of the actual full-sized Mothership palettes, but this one is Mothership 1. This has lovely kind of purpley, shimmery mauve colours. I really like them. And really lovely shimmery white, and I love that blue. That sort of shimmery, slightly glittery blue. I can't speak. And it has a matte black. Yes, I love that one. And then this one is Mothership 3. I really like this bluish, shimmery, slightly iridescent purple. And again, it has a matte black, and it's got a gold and all that. All Pat McGrath's palettes tend to have gold in them. This one is the mini Mothership, in Dark Star. It's got the blues as well as the blacks and the gold, obviously a gold, and it's got a kind of like purpley plum aubergine colour. And then there is this other Mothership mini palette, which has got, this is one that I've wanted for so long, which I finally managed to get. It was finally on sale, it was finally available at Net-a-Porter, and it is the La Vie en Rose one. This has got mainly pinkish colours. It's got some purples, gold of course, and it's got a kind of purpley blue indigo like colour. I really like that one. And then another definite favourite of mine is this one. This is the Nocturnal Nirvana Blitz Astral Quad. It's got this lovely turquoise colour, it's lovely green, and it's got a gold of course, and this purple. And then finally they've got this little 20 quid one. This is the Eye Ecstasy Subversive palette, which is slightly more difficult to open from the others, but I still love it. I remember when I tried it, I was surprised by just how good it was. I sort of wish it had a sort of more variety of colours, but it's got a really nice formula, probably the best Pat McGrath formula, even though it is the cheapest. So I'm probably going to go with Eye Ecstasy being number 1. Then, or shall I have Nocturnal Nirvana as number 1? I just cannot decide, because I'd really like to do a look with Nocturnal Nirvana and La Vie en Rose, but I don't really want to have a draw, because they'd be perfect together. Oh, what the hey, I'm going to have a draw. I'm going to have La Vie en Rose and Nocturnal Nirvana as number 1. Number 2 will be this one, will be the Eye Ecstasy. Then Mothership 1, number 3, Mothership 3, number 4, and finally Dark Star. So there we go, that's Pat McGrath. First time we've actually got a kind of draw, because I just cannot choose between them. I really want to do a look using both of them. The BH Cosmetics palettes that I have, they're all baked eyeshadows, since you know how much I love baked eyeshadow, and BH Cosmetics in my opinion does the best baked eyeshadow formula, and they smell beautiful. They smell of chalk and stuff. Sorry, I just had to bring it up just to smell it. They smell so nice. And this is the Solar Flare palette. It's got all kind of like fiery colours, some slightly pinky. It's not usually the colours I'd go for, but I just love baked eyeshadow too much. And then this is the Galaxy Chic. It's actually managed to get some sort of like marble colours and things like that. And yes, I love that. Love that one. It's got the colours I like, except it's got some darker colours, but I do like there to be a black. And then I've got the Aurora Lights palette. That one's very nice. It's all kind of like pinks, blues, purples, shimmers. And then this one I've actually got 2 of. This is the Supernova palette. Just dropped one, so sorry about that. The Supernova palette, I've actually got 2 of them. Don't ask how that came to be. It was some sort of mishap, but I just love it so much that I just used 2 of them. And I really like that blue from the Supernova palette, and I just have such a weakness for baked eyeshadow. I just love all of them. And then this one is the Zodiac palette. This actually has some pressed as well as baked eyeshadow, and yeah, it's got some sort of like colours that I really like, and it's got a highlighter in there as well. Then these are the Zodiac love signs. It's slightly kind of like brighter and kind of more Valentine's Day themed, but I really like it. And then this one I only found out existed from Beauty Bay. This is the lovely marble coloured crystal Zodiac palette, and basically I love these ones so much that I can't actually quite decide which one I like the best. I really like the marble one, so I am probably going to go for the Galaxy Chic palette as number 1, and then the Crystal Zodiac palette as number 2, and then the third one will be the Aurora Lights palette. The 4th one will be the, I put the Zodiac palette instead of the Crystal Zodiac palette, so the 4th one will be the Zodiac palette, the 2nd is the Crystal Zodiac palette, and then the 5th one will be the Supernova palette, and then the Zodiac Love Signs, then Solar Flare, so it is the Galaxy Chic which wins. Okay. So, here we've got Bobbi Brown. Sorry it's a slightly stranger angle. I've had to put my phone on to charge, and yes, it's slightly more difficult. So the Bobbi Brown palettes, I've got the Smoke and Metals palette. I find the formula is okay, but with Bobbi Brown I sort of find like it all just mixes and ends up just smoky and like doesn't really show the colours, so that one's a lot more neutral than I was expecting it to be. I'm pretty sure I mistook that for the smoky black for a blue, and it turned out to be a lot duller than I was expecting it to be. And this one is the Inner Flash eyeshadow palette. This one's nice. It's got the nice blue colours, nice kind of like purple and mauve colours, but yeah, it's okay. And then this one is my favourite Bobbi Brown one. This is the Luxe Gems limited edition Christmas palette from last year, and it's got these kind of like gem-like shades. It looks really nice. So yeah, I'm definitely putting that as that's number 1, and then the Inner Flash palette's number 2, and the Smoke and Metals is number 3. So that is Bobbi Brown. This one is Illamasqua. Here I have the Movement palette. Again, it's just so difficult doing it with just one hand. Here it's got very nice purples, and that looks like a very dark green. It doesn't really have any blues, which I was disappointed by, but it's very nice. And then this one is the Electrify Artistry palette. That's a nice, very nice blue. It's kind of the colours I like. I really like that pink. It has matte colours as well. And then this is the Shiver palette, slightly little. I really like this design. It's got this beautiful gothic design, and I really like that about Illamasqua. And it's got the nice purple, nice colours. Yes, quite nice. I'm going to put the Electrify as number 1, the Shiver palette as number 2, and the Movement palette as number 3. So there we go, that is Illamasqua. So this is Urban Decay. I've got all my Urban Decay palettes here. Here I have the first palette I ever got from Urban Decay. This is the Moon Dust palette. All the shades are glitter. It's very nice, but kind of like just is all glitter. There's no really sort of variety. And then this palette I really like. This is the Distortion palette, since it's kind of got this broken glass theme as the packaging. I really like how it reflects rainbows. I really like the off-white colours at the top that are kind of like blue, pink, purple, green, yellow off-white. So it's got a green, blue, pink, purple, ordinary, some silvers and a matte black. The formula is very nice of this, of Urban Decay. It's not quite the lipsticks, but Urban Decay eyeshadow formula is okay. And then this is the After Dark palette. I really like the packaging of it. I love the slight, again, iridescent kind of rainbow feel. And what I love most about Urban Decay palettes are, and the lipsticks too, are just the names are so brilliant. We've actually got Druggy as a name, and Off Duty, Sinful. I just love the names. I really like this green colour, these turquoises, blues, very nice peach, purple, pink, it's lovely. And then I've got the Wired palette, which came out earlier this year, and total opposite gripe to the Moon Dust. It's all mattes, and these I don't really have much use for, since they're not for the they're not for the eyes, they're for the face and body, and I don't really do kind of like yellow, orange, red, but I do like these pinks, and except for this one, it's kind of too loud pink, and these blues, they're very nice, and I would have liked to have had a shimmery white instead of a matte white. And then the only naked palette I have is the Ultraviolet naked one. I love the packaging for this. I love the sparkliness and the slight iridescence, and this one, like the other naked palettes, has a brush, and it's got these really nice purple and lilac and pinky colours and these peach colours, and it's got a lovely shimmery, slightly iridescent white and stuff. So when it comes to ranking, I'm going to go with the Distortion palette as the winner, and I'd say the Moon Dust palette should come second, even though I was complaining about it being all shimmers. And then I will have the After Dark palette, and then the Naked Ultraviolet palette, and then the Wired palette. So there we go, that's Urban Decay. Okay, this is Fenty Beauty. I've got two of the little snap shadows and two of the bigger palettes. So firstly, I have the lovely Galaxy palette, which I'm glad I've got because it's been discontinued. I absolutely love this one. It's the first Fenty Beauty palette I've got. It's all sort of like shimmers, kind of like the Urban Decay Moon Dust palette, but I really like the formula. It still makes really nice looks. And then I've got the Moroccan Spice palette, which has some sort of like shimmery shades and some matte shades. I really like this bluish turquoise colour, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got two of the little snap shadows. This one is number 8, and it's all these pretty sort of pastel colours. Again, it's all just pastel, but which I love, but I like to be able to do a full look with a palette. But I really like it though. And then I've got number 2, which has a pink and a purple, but apart from that it's sort of like neutral shades, which is okay. But so I'm going to have, my favourite one is the Galaxy palette, then the Moroccan Spice palette, then the 8, then the 2. There we go, that is Fenty Beauty. And this is the final category for this video. Obviously I'll do Makeup Revolution next week, but here I have my e.l.f. palettes. I've got these two baked eyeshadow palettes, New York and California, and honestly, I know I say I love baked eyeshadow, but these baked eyeshadow palettes have an absolutely horrible formula. Like, they're really chalky, they're not very pigmented, they're not very easy to blend. I have to say I prefer the New York palette. It's got that nice pink and that nice blue, but again, it's just so difficult to blend. You have to wet your brush before using it. Yeah, and I don't really like using fingers for, I know people say, oh, use fingers. I don't really like using fingers for eyeshadow. And I also have this Earth and Ocean pressed eyeshadow palette, which I much prefer. It's got a much nicer formula. I'm definitely going to have that as number 1. Then I'm going to have the New York baked eyeshadow number 2, and then the California baked eyeshadow as number 3. So the Earth and Ocean. Thank you for watching. I will continue this on Wednesday when I do the same thing for all my Makeup Revolution palettes. So I will see you then. Please tune in then, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AlexisGrayMusic. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and I will also drop my Ko-fi account in the description bar, as well as my PayPal link. And in case you just want to give me tips, and also check out my single Iridescent, which is the intro song for this video. So I hope you have a great day, and bye!